speedruns. Completing a game as fast as you can, or a certain section of a game. I've always been into speedruns, but I've never actually done them myself. I really like Mario 64 speedruns or like Battle for Bikini Bottom, but there's always one speedrun that I've always been interested in. A game that doesn't really have an ending. Animal Crossing. Now, Animal Crossing is kind of special. The game doesn't really end. Sure, it has credits, but that doesn't mean the game is over. In most Animal Crossing games, the credits are just when KK Slider is unlocked. I think it's actually the devs just put it there just to put it there, but that doesn't mean the game is over at all. I mean, sure, you could speedrun that, but it would be really fast because you could just pick a Saturday and watch KK Slider play. But just like any speedrunning category, Animal Crossing is no different. There's different types of runs you can do, like collecting all the bugs or fish, or paying off all your rent. But the one problem with Animal Crossing speedruns is these take a long amount of time. For example, the last Golden Net speedrun I watched took 3 hours for someone to do, and I do not want to spend several hours on my first speedrun. That's right, I'm gonna do a speedrun of Animal Crossing. And I picked the most obscure and quickest option I could, the pigeon milk run. Before I started this journey, I knew I was gonna need some help. So I messaged the first person that I thought of, DrewPags, a fellow Animal Crossing streamer and content creator. They do City Folk speedruns and other Animal Crossing speedruns. They're pretty cool. So I hit them up on Discord and I'm like, hey, what should I do? We collaborated on some ideas of how this will actually work and what was really needed for this run. See, one of the main things about Animal Crossing when you first started is you have to work for Tom Nook, which is better known as chores in the game, which can take up to 13 minutes to complete, if you're going fast. Now that was my number one obstacle. We need to get bells fast. A cup of coffee is 200 bells, so how do I get money without a job? Shaking trees, baby. Each money tree drops 100 bells, but not every tree drops bells. On the first day, there are no wasps, which is really important if you're shaking trees for bells, but only on the first day, so we have to get all of our money on the first day. So doing a little bit of research, Brewster will give you pigeon milk after 7 days, meaning I need 1,400 bells. Once we established that, we had a roadmap. So let me break it down for you. Intro, making the character and going to the town hall and picking my house. Shaking trees, finding 14 money trees until I had 1,400 bells. Coffee time, going to Brewster 7 days in a row via time travel. I set up my counter and the run was ready to go, and here's how it went. Also, you should check out Drew. He's pretty cool. Links will be in the description. The speedrun started as soon as I pressed A on the main menu, where I'm greeted by Rover, spamming the A and B button to get the text to move faster. And I know this is the North American version. It would have gone faster on the Japanese version, but I'm way too lazy to set that up. I quickly named myself YG, and I'm going to the town FB. That's right, Zucker, I'm coming for you. And this is the town I got. It's honestly really perfect, with the town hall, the empty house, and the museum being so close together on my map. It's a really good map for my first attempt. After rushing through the town hall, I claimed my house and started shaking and shaking and shaking all those trees. I finally got all the bells I needed and got my first cup of coffee, landing me at 9 minutes. After saving and moving on to the next day, I hit a little bit of a roadblock because I overlooked something I was unaware of before starting this, and that is Rossetti. Rossetti comes and tells you the importance of saving your game, and he takes up a whole 1 minute. Even trying to go through this fast, he will still take up 1 minute of your time, and that's 1 minute we do not have to spare. He finally leaves and I continue my run. During this section, I'm just kind of time traveling each day and trying to get there as fast as I can. Something I did notice is that the sensor bar functionality is not the greatest. Trying to get pinpoint accuracy and pointing and trying to hit exactly what you want is really hard on the Wii, and I didn't notice how hard it was until I was trying to do it fast. I actually ended up having a big slip up where I hit DS suitcase option in the title screen, which wasn't fun, and that's when I started to lose faith in this run, because it seemed that Brewster wasn't changing his dialogue and I was already messing up quite a lot. And then something happened. It was day 5. Brewster started hitting me with that house blend with natural spring water. Not quite pigeon milk, but it was a sign. There was light at the end of this tunnel. These 17 minutes were not in vain. I'm slowly gaining his trust, manipulating time and space for that sweet, sweet pigeon milk. I can taste it. And the very next day at 18:53, he did it. He offered me his sweet, sweet pigeon milk a day early. All the sources were wrong. They were telling me it was 7 days. I got more bells for 7 days, but I got it in 6. I was going to settle for 25 minutes for this run, but I landed with a 19:18. I did it. I set my record. It's over. But then I realized I messed up quite a lot in this run. Even the small things like stacking my bells when I didn't have to. So then I was thinking, I should try again. The next run was really smooth. I tried to do everything the best I could, and something happened. Day 6. No pigeon milk. I had to do the full 7 days, which was a major setback. I ended up getting 21 minutes because of this. I don't understand how I got 6 days on my first attempt. The fact that I set an obscure speedrun and managed to get the record that I can no longer beat. Is this what speedrunning is? Is this the appeal? No matter how many times I try to beat my own record, I can't. Brewster will do the 7 days and I can't get my 1918 or earlier. I've technically accomplished what I wanted to set out into this world, a speedrun that's so obscure, but this pigeon beat me at my own game. This was my story. It's now your turn. If you're watching this and you have a copy of Animal Crossing City Folk, it's up to you now. Beat my 1918 time, gain the pigeon milk, or I don't know, do something better, touch some grass.